You learned about a sequence and also about an arithmetic sequence in the previous lesson, isn't it? Yes, and today we are going to continue with arithmetic sequence. And to start the lesson, I'll write two patterns on the chalkboard, examples of arithmetic sequences. How would I get the 20th term?
You get the difference between the two terms, then you multiply it by 20, then you add with the first one.
Go and explain that on the chalkboard so that the others will.
It's the 20th term, and the difference in the first one is 3. So you do 20 times 3, that's 60. Then the first term in the first sequence is 4, so you do 60 plus 4.
Okay, that is how she would get the 20th term. Somebody else? Yes?
We do 20 times 3, get 60. We do 60 plus 1, get 61.
A question? Yes, explain why.
If we subtract, the difference is 3. For example, now we didn't have this 10, the 10, and I'm told to look for the fourth term. I'll do 3 times 4 will give me 12. I add 1, get 13. The same with the fifth term. 3 times 5, 15 plus 1, get 16. That's our favorite pattern.
Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay, some would use the first method, others would use the second method. And the two methods are giving us different answers, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, which one is correct? Second. And those who are for the first, they say the first answer is correct. Now, we are going to do an activity, okay? We are going to do an activity in groups, and this activity will help us determine the 20th term, okay, of an arithmetic sequence or any other term like 30th, 15th, 100, and so on, okay? Okay. Can you very fast take 4 matchsticks and make the first square on the table? Very fast. Have you made the first square? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. That is good to make 2 squares. Yes, add 3 more. Have you added? Yes, as I can see. Now, on this manila paper, we have a table, okay? We have a table. And this table is where we are going to enter our results. As we make the squares, we will enter the results in this table, okay? Continue with the 4, 5, and 6 squares.
Learners are forming arithmetic sequences using matchsticks. This hands-on activity aims to concretize arithmetic sequences and lead the learners to the concept intended. The learners are filling in a table based on the hands-on activity. It assists the learners to see a trend and therefore come up with a generalization.
So it's equal 4 plus 29 times 3. And then 99 times 3. 290 times 3. 297 plus 4. 297 plus 4. 311. And so 298 minus this.
Una notice? Which are you noticing? So,
Can you add to
yeah. So it's
constantly
it's multi, yeah.
it's adding.
Yeah. Okay.
You have finished?
Yeah.
Yes, let me see what you have. Okay, this is good. This is correct. Eh? Now, you go on to the next question. Okay? You're supposed to use your observations of column 4 and get the number of matchsticks used to make 30 squares, 100, and n. Okay? Yes, I can see most of the groups have finished. And we have one member of group 1 is filling the table on the chalkboard.
N minus 1.
Mono n minus 1.
Because 1 before 2 minus 1 to get the D.
Yeah.
1 from the number of squares you're supposed to get.
Okay. No, this is 5, yeah? The number here is 6. So you do this number minus 1,
To get the D.
then times the difference. Yeah, so the difference is D, which is 3.
So the difference between all these triangles
Exactly.
is 3 multiplied by
By D. 29 and 10, yeah. You understand?
Yes, this is what group 1 has. Okay? Yes, what about the other groups? You have the same? Are you sure? Yes. Can one group come and explain to us how to get the total number of matchsticks for making 30 squares?
For the first one, when you do 2 minus 1, you'll have 1. So now your 1 will represent the D, so it will be 4 plus D. The same way as if you do 3 minus 1, you'll get 2. So it will be 4 plus 2D. So for 30 squares, you'll do 30 minus 1, which will be 29. So it will be 4 plus 29D.
Right there.
4 plus 29D. The D represents 3. So it will be 4 plus 29 times 3. So 4 plus 57. So the number of matchsticks will be.
And the other groups? Other groups? 91. Now, can another group come and explain to us how they got the number of matchsticks used to make 100 squares?
So in the same way, then you should say that if you have 2, you have to subtract 1 so that it can be a b, 4 plus 1b. So when you have 100 squares, you subtract 1 to have 99. So it's going to be 4 plus 99b. Right?
Number of matchsticks used to make n squares.
The same way we did in the previous ones. We have n minus 1, then 4 plus n minus 1 d. Open the brackets. N d minus d.
Yes. You have the same?
Yes.
Yes, that is very good. Group 1. To get n, or to make n squares, we use 4 plus n minus 1d number of matchsticks. Okay? Yes, at the beginning of the lesson, I asked you to explain to the others how you get the 20th term of this arithmetic sequence, which is the same as the one we have generated, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Can you now get the 20th term of this arithmetic sequence? Can you? Yes. Someone to come and tell us how she got the 20th term. Yes?
Take 4. Yeah, then you add the 20th term minus 1. Then times the times 3. Yeah, times the constant. So you get 4 plus 6, 19 times 3. So 4 plus 57. We get 61.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes. That is good. You have now seen how to get the 20th term, isn't it? Yes. And I reserved this one so that we could go back to 8. This is what you gave at the beginning. And which one is correct? The second is correct, eh? Yes. These ones, they also tried, although they did not arrive at the correct answer, okay? Yes. Now, what do you realize? When we are getting the nth term, okay? We have 4 plus, isn't it? Yes. What is 4? The first term, isn't it? Yes. And d is what? D is the constant, okay? Yes. And n is that term we are looking for, okay? Yes. And this is now the general way. This is the general way of getting the nth term of this particular sequence, okay? Of this particular sequence, where our first term is 4 and the difference is 3. Supposing I ask you to get the 20th term of arithmetic
Learners
sequence.
work out individually the question posed by the teacher. Through this activity, the teacher evaluates learners' understanding of the concept.
One person to explain to us. Yes, come and explain to us.
3 is our first term, so we write 3 plus. We do 20 minus 1 because we've been asked for the 20th term. And 5 is a constant. 3 which is the 20th term.
98. Okay. Correct? Yes, that is good. Yes. Now, what is the general way of getting the nth term in the second one? Correct? Yes. Yes, that is very good. Yes, this is correct. This is now the general way of getting the nth term of the second arithmetic sequence, okay? And if we can consider others, you can also be able to come up with a general way of getting those others, okay? Yes, but for now, our lesson ends here. And in our next lesson, we will see how to come up with a general formula for arithmetic sequence, okay? Yes.